No need for heroics. Leave these fools to me. They hardly look a challenge. Come, not the time to get complacent. Something is off here. Let us finish this quickly. I was just itching for a challenge. If it is a fight you wish for, then a fight you shall have. Aim for ending this in, say, 1 breath. Let us get to work then, shall we? You should have known this would happen. Try not to pick a fight you cannot win. In your next life, of course. History is written by the victors. My aim is that of much greater heights. If only I was stronger then. Not yet. There is more to be done. Just leave everything to me. I mustn't be blinded by this power. I shall surpass any and all limits. Next, a likely outcome. Do not bother getting up. Another one down. Come at me all if you dare. Good. Another one down. Done and done. Just try to stop me. Victory is at hand. One example I would not recommend following. I can send one of my men over if you would like. Not a chance! Not too bright, are you? Come on, keep up! Having trouble? All that is left is to finish this. Any last words? We have the upper hand! Just too fast! Apologies! Did we interrupt something? Out of my way! Fools! Begone! Prepare yourself! Here I come! Here! X marks the spot! Cleave in two! Hey! Heads up! Cower in fear! Break through! Try to stop this! Feeding time! Go, dragon! Come on! Here it comes! No holding back. See you in hell! Take heart, you hear? Stay with me! Give it all you've got! Care for some help? The name is Theo! Rabble, the lot of you! Take this! Here, did you need this? No need to thank me. Ray, cease this foolishness! Are you joking? Letty! You have no idea what you have done. Albie! What are you doing down there? Get up! How could you do such a thing? I will save you when this is over. Damn it all! My negligence is to blame. Maester Midas! No! 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 None of you leave here alive! Quickly! We must help her! Leave everything to me. I cannot disgrace the Osirian Navy like this. Letty! Albie! I am sorry. I shall not stand for this. Damn you all! You will be avenged. They shall pay tenfold for what they have done. My turn! Hello there! Fear not. I shall handle this. I have been waiting, reporting for duty. Duma, unleash your power! On me! Wipe them out! We are on our own! Damn! Do not give up just yet! Looks like we have a fight on our hands. Hostiles up ahead. Get ready for a fight! Understood? Ready for action. Just say the word. Really coming into your own, Letty. Let's go, Letty. I'll fight by your side. I am with you. Just give the signal. Keep your eyes on the perimeter, Albie. Right. Well done. Right on time. Thanks for the information. Consider me sufficiently braced. Nothing gets past you. Remain calm. No need to panic. Ready for combat. I was born ready. Have no fear. I'm with you. I am always ready to fight. Well, what are we waiting for? We need only cut them down and move on. Attempting to flank us, are they? Prepare for more opposition. More of them? By the skin of our teeth. The tactical retreat. Tactical. Poison! It burns! Damn it! On fire! Get a hold of yourself, Theo. This is one serious illusion. Weapons free. Fight as you will. Focus your attacks. Engage each foe separately. Understood. Certainly. Understood. Put this to good use. Trust in me. No worries. I shall aid you. Now get in there. Show your skill, Letty. You can do better, right, Albie? Do what you can with this. Providing support. Covering you. Stay strong, Lady Malkia. Am I doing it right? Assisting. Thank you. I will rise to the occasion. Losing is not my intention. I know. I am all right. Now stand back, Letty. Much appreciated, Albie. It will do perfectly. Yes, I know. Enough practice. I needed that. Sorry for the trouble. I shall not fail you. Oh, I was just resting my eyes. Feels like I just crawled out of hell. Well, that was embarrassing. Looks like I may have overdone it. Need to work on conditioning. Well, look at you. I'm sorry I was not there. You have grown. What amazing reflexes. Still going strong, I see. That is how a soldier moves. Masterful movement. Cutting it close there. That is one crazy metal man. Toss it on the pile. Looks like they dropped something. It'd be a waste to throw it away. Oh, what do we have here? Let me take a look at that. We should pick that up. How fortuitous. This is quite valuable. I have a keen eye. And this is... Apologies. Well, this looks interesting. Hoping to test my mettle, are we? That should suffice. Pardon the intrusion. Oh, this could be useful. You bothersome thing, you. A century of training would offer you but little hope against me. That should do it, I suppose. The choice of ore is everything. I remember Albie was always quite skilled with his hands. Nice to do things yourself on occasion. All those lessons have been paying off. I would much prefer inking my daily report. One does not see such results every day. Do you not hear the metal sing with each strike? I should like to see Albie turn his nose up at this. Perhaps this might serve as a proper combination. Just what I was hoping for. Introspection ushers forth the geyser of the written word. Count on me, I promise to deliver. A creation once wrought requires proper care. I'm sure Letty would find this absolutely adorable. Aesthetics can be just as important as the outcome, you know. Allow me to show you a Klemrath family secret. Feel some shame in bearing myself on the page, though I am aware of its merits. Right then, all finished. Brilliant, if I do say so myself. I shall not suffer any to surpass me. Such power! I shall put it to good use. True mastery can only be honed through hard work. No need to thank me. You've got good taste, shopkeep. Shall we be off? I feel rested and ready. My, this is even better than our chef's cooking back home. Watch it. Sorry. We head east now, I believe. We move west now, if I recall. Come, we move southward. What are we waiting for? Let's make north. We have our sights on the northeast, yes? I believe we were meant to head southeast. Come, follow me. We make way southwest. I do hope your preparations are in order. We move for the northwest. Eastward. Let us waste no time. Westward. Stop for nothing. Come, we move due south, northward, and with urgency. We have not the time to waste. Make way northeast. To the southeast, is it? Let us be off. Onward. We make way southwest. Come, our journey calls us to the northwest. Now, if you would all accompany me to my office. Are we taking a detour of some sort? Once we have finished, we should continue toward Osarius. Oh, now, you intend to make a hobby of scaling mountains? We are going to Ascendros, are we not? Ready to set sail? We can make our way there from the northeast. Come, that leads back into town. The execution grounds are in the opposite direction. Assume away. I am ready now as I have ever been. I am both relieved and worried to know I am not alone and feeling nervous here. I appreciate your offer to travel together. Of course I do. Nothing could take it from my memory. We can reach it from the path to the southeast. We should be drawing near. There it is. Same as it ever was. That much I can promise. Are we certain we remain safe from watchful Imperial eyes? Should we see to the area by the Basilica first? Hush, you two. There are guards nearby. We do not want to draw the attention of the guards that way. Best stay clear. We'll rejoin you later then, Ray. And one which grants us vantage over the interior of the Basilica as well. I know this likely means nothing coming from me, but this route was the first thing that came to mind. My childhood self may very well have been calling out to the man I am today, seeking to warn me of my mistakes. We should find Bertrand and his men posted outside the gateway to Baldar. Best head there first. I need not be reminded. I could make no graver sin in this moment than to stumble upon the battlefield. The gateway stands to the east of here. Leave those who flee! Our target is Baldor! Father, I will join you again in these cells once matters at hand are settled. We should expect the enemy ready in numbers. Might be best to first ensure all our preparations are in order. And this device cannot be operated without a key of cards. What options have we now? Letty, I'm glad to see your face. Before I knew it, I was suddenly out here alone. I say, you've become considerably stronger than you were in years past, Albie. You find ample opportunity to train on your journey with Letty? Listen to that confidence. Then how about we bring this to Letty? I ask, if you and I were to have a match right now, who'd be the victor? Well, really now? Then I too must keep up my training, so that I might teach Albie a little humility. I'm sure you have grown considerably stronger, Albie, but I cannot allow myself to lose to you just yet. Hold now. Whatever do you mean? Oh? You do know you cannot rescind such an invitation to a knight. You constantly strain yourself, Albie. Does it appear as such? I suppose I am not thought of poorly. That has seldom occurred to me. Then again, since I was a soldier, Father has often hammered it into me that I must do whatever it takes to take care of my subordinates. Surprised? No need. It is surprising, I'm sure, although I do enjoy a rather carefree existence in comparison to you, Letty. Why, each and every citizen of Osarius is an underling of yours, are they not? Well, you stand above them, after all. To them, it is much so. Letty, what I am trying to impart is that you must take care of all your subjects properly. In return,
they will honor you with their trust and loyalty. Letty, I was giving Ray a test of skills. It was not as if I was doubting his abilities. Yes, and instead of discussing the finer points with words, it is of course quicker to simply engage in a clash of arms. Whatever comes to mind is fine. Surely your intuition tells you something. That is preposterous. Explain yourself. I see. Fair enough. That might well be true. I best devote myself to training, so I am not overtaken. A fine choice. I applaud your bravado, but I will not lose easily. Have at it. What do you mean? Indeed, I dare say I have lost all will to fight. What say you? Perhaps we should end this sparring and find ourselves a drink? Letty has graced us with her presence. Come, look at the scratches on this pillar. Correct. How long ago was it? We three used to almost scrabble atop each other, scratching our heights, frantic to grow taller than the other. Come now. Do you not recall? Although it took us quite an effort to get you in good humor again. I heartedly agree. So, tell me, have you matured? Nevertheless, I cannot overlook how Father and the Corps persecuted you and the Semiomancy Consortium, all for political purposes. But, Maester Felgrade, what of your honor? But, for one thing, I failed to stop my father. No. Letty, I will give my everything for the future. Pondering on this celestial ship, I was thinking of the differences between it and the ships I am accustomed to sailing on. Yes, the conditions will differ, obviously. Space and sea are vastly different terrain, after all. But both are ships, in the end. I concluded they must share some common points to some degree, although it is quite puzzling how celestial ships chart their course. We judge direction by the position of the stars, but these ships sail a sea of stars. Very true. How could we possibly find our bearings? I was lost in admiration, knowing they can discern their desired direction amid this puzzle. And another point, boat propulsion requires wind and waves, yet there are no waves to be found. Nor is it apparent there is any wind here. Nevertheless, this ship moves on without fail. I feel we are cornered into no other conclusion. I should whittle them down with incessant pleas to steer this celestial ship for myself. Well, where this world is concerned, I feel as if we could learn for a lifetime and still know naught. But, as a sailor, I cannot simply let this mystery be. Before our journey ends, I must unravel some of this ship's secrets. No, not as unlikely as you think. How do I put this, Letty? Well, we both have illustrious relatives and are tied to the domain in which they excelled. Yes, well, I have always stood in my father's shadow, and the same with Marielle and her heroic grandfather. Because a parent demonstrated prowess, we are burdened with unrealistic expectations, or treated as a means of connection. So very true. And also, there are many in the Corps who desire anything that may belong to my father. They have some superstition that his triumphs as a general will bring them luck. I have received all manner of strange requests, such as a copy of a document with his signature on it. Oh? And how did that turn out? Letty! Nothing in particular. No, wait! There is no one! No, Letty, stop. I brought these circumstances upon myself, and so I must accept them. Let them say what they will. Those not present at that time cannot be expected to understand the truth of what happened. And what they are saying, their words are not mistaken. Any attempt to enlighten them about those events would only be met with deaf ears. At best, it would replace one rumor for another. As long as we restore this kingdom's future, I could not care less what people think, especially if what they think happens to be the truth. Scrambling to protect my honor with favorable reports and half-truths would only complicate matters more. I say, let the truth be known. Thank you. Your words alone are all I need.
Letty! Hold on tight!
That was unnerving. Here, I discovered a place where the flow is calmer. It is hardly a comfortable spot, though. Maintain a strong grip. Please forgive me. This appears to be the only place where we can shelter ourselves without worry. Damn it, isn't it just like the scorpium? If this is what they call sharing knowledge, what a foul joke. Now, considering what happened then, I would ask you not recall that occasion so positively. No, it is hardly as positive. Letty, it isn't. But, well, when Albie and Ray knocked some sense into me, forced me to shake off some of my convoluted thinking, the feeling that consumed me at that time was, yes, it was the same as during our childhood. Letty might be weeping, so I must go and do something. Even now I am compelled. Letty might be alone and scared. She might be crying somewhere, so I must go. I must protect her. For me, that's all that I needed. Letty, even after all this, may I serve as your knight once more. Yes, this I swear. This I promise. Yes, and whatever madness you find yourself in, I shall see you safely out of it. What a strong and capable woman you have become. Apologies, merely airing my frank impressions. As a cousin, as a childhood friend, I am proud. Well, I was struck by memories. I recall when you were but a small girl all those many years ago. No, not quite. I was referring to the Letty of yesteryear, still struggling with the onset of adulthood. Thus you set out on the journey with Albie? To think the sea of stars would be one such thing. Who could have imagined that? Being capable of spilling such words is proof enough of your growth and accomplishments. Never you mind. I was merely convincing myself that I too must change, for I wish to remain one that you can look up to. The end of this conflict is approaching, most likely. Let us bear down just one last time. Well met, Letty. Care for a drink? You don't say. Why come to the tavern, then? That I do. It was the day Father recognized me as an adult. I could hardly forget. It was my birthday. We shared drinks long into the night. Father appeared to have been eagerly anticipating that day. As I remember, he looked particularly happy. He said, "I have long set aside a special brew just for this occasion." In truth, I was certainly too young to know the pleasures of drinking, so I cannot really recall the flavor of that brew, which I suppose was something highly magnificent. However, I shall always remember Father's expression on that day. Yes, a very worthy choice. It will be good for you and your father to converse in private at times. Oh, yes, I can assure you of that. Uncle has a sentimental soul. Most certainly he has already prepared the rarest of spirits in advance for you. I do not doubt that its value may exceed all the drinks in this tavern combined, and that may be a memory in itself, much rather like I experienced. Very well, then. Albie will be pleased, no doubt. I have a notion that Albie will be a different person once he discovers a good drink. That man, he is surely one to quickly turn silly, or he may well be a weepy drinker. The anticipation is becoming hard to bear. Come, hurry now and get older. That is a smashing choice. Nothing rivals a merry crowd. Everyone drinking together will be much fun. And party planning will be a joy, too. Oh, special tactics, you say? Wait, why do you ask me? I see. Well, I cannot tell you if my experience in the Australian Navy applies to the logic of outer space, but in terms of what I think is important, one needs to display confidence, I imagine. I as well. I don't necessarily have confidence per se, I merely put on appropriate airs. Should you lack confidence, simply give off the appearance that you are strong and most assured. If you display a commanding presence, most things tend to fall into place. It is perfectly fine. We all have our share of self-doubt. The point is, you must never allow that display to crumble in front of your men. If an officer is insecure, that insecurity may well be passed on to their subordinates. Worry not. I too made the same initial error. When you are young, no amount of swagger will make you look reliable. Of course, it is an absolute must that you combat your anxiety through full preparation and endeavor. But if you can at least act confident, eventually you will forget that it's an act. Thus, true confidence is born. Build confidence gradually, and strength will follow. That strength will then bestow yet more confidence upon you. Now then, go stand before Letty and show her how confident you are. Come now, it's times like these you need show off your acting ability. Here, here, I as well. Ah, splendid idea. I shall bring over a special spirit I have hidden in my quarters. Time is not a necessity to bond with another. Naturally, it's well beyond Letty. Here, here. They witness the failures of their elder brothers, then proceed to conduct themselves skillfully and perfectly. Do you not remember, Letty? When I tripped hopelessly over my own cloak directly in front of the king. Damn, you do not recall. At the time, I would have been 15, you 6, and Albie 7. The king presented Albie and myself with new cloaks. To mark the occasion, we decided to wear them to a royal banquet, hoping to don them before the king. What an embarrassment! I stepped on my cloak in front of His Majesty and toppled over. But I could hardly complain. It was my mistake. But Albie, that jerk, as soon as he saw me fall, he concealed his own cloak under a table. Thereafter, when the king asked why he was not wearing his cloak, he replied, "It is such a nice present. I must learn how to wear it before I show you." The court peppered me with, "He must be worried he'll fall over like Theo." I became a laughing stock. That's enough. I think we best drink the day away. I'm here to listen to all your stories, Antonio. Where is the liquor aboard this ship? It's settled then. We're gonna drink till the sun comes up, wherever the sun is. I must admit, I never expected to see your face this far west. Well met, Sir Albert Bergholm. Stretching our legs with a jaunt over Galcalemthus, are we? Yes, the very same. Therefore, I believe an apology is in order. As ill-humored and sharp-tongued as always, Maester Felgreed. It's a wonder you deigned to join hands with anyone at all. But enough small talk. Follow me. My compatriots did speak the truth about Kato, you know. Please don't go about repeating this to anyone. But the rot has taken root here. A blackguard who is purposefully spreading the disease. Hence why these forces have been mobilized. Correct. It just so happens that as the first townspeople fell ill, rumors of a young woman clad in strange garb began to circulate. She is the reason I'm here. Your companions, too, are dressed in rather unique attire. All things considered, I can understand why my men were so quick to engage you. Good to know we may have a new lead. Now then, you two, mind introducing yourselves? I believe I'm long overdue an introduction. As I have explained before, we are in pursuit of a woman in peculiar garb, and to my eye, it would seem you bear some connection to her. Then I would take you in for questioning. I should have already done so the moment I laid eyes on you. You are too suspicious by half to keep the company of one such as her. Someone feels strongly. Do you, Albie? Did not expect that. Even if you say they are to be trusted, who am I to believe otherwise? I suppose a maester wouldn't tag along with just anyone. Speaking of your party, am I correct in assuming you're Maester de Forge's daughter? I happened to be a member of the Kingsguard when His Majesty visited Delric for your father's funeral. I am Theo Klemrath, son of Duke Lambert Klemrath, brother to His Majesty the King, cousin to Princess Leticia. There's no need to be, I assure you. Any friend of Albie and Letty's is a friend of mine. However, I can't be friends with those whose names I don't yet know. So, Would you care to rectify the situation? Well then, Ray, Elena, I think it's high time we got to talking. I'm sure there's much to discuss. If it weren't for Letty, I'd think you'd lost your minds. Though I'm inclined to believe you, our political situation with the Empire complicates matters. Residents of Baldar's Citadel are evacuating in droves, seeking safe harbor in the capital and Kato. Many suspect that a number of Imperial spies have used this exodus to slip unseen into our lands. The People's Guard is up. Anything outside the norm is viewed askance. Eyewitness reports claim she was spotted near the Tines. Soon after the encounter, the rot took hold here, to which many and more succumbed. As much as I would like to investigate further, I can't risk it. The mountains are far too dangerous. Yes, as it stands, we are severely short-handed. You saw how I was the only one who responded to your commotion with the guards. They've what? How can I say no? It's not every day Letty thinks to use the word please with me. I would like to offer you something in return, though. Perhaps I can make some headway in the search for your comrade. So, what should I know about her? What sorcery is this? As you wish. Likewise, refrain from pulling that trick again. The townspeople are on edge enough as it is. I must confess, I never dreamed so foolhardy a plan would reap such bountiful rewards. Indeed, I assumed it would be impossible to yoke the Maester Felgreed to our cause. Then the kingdom owes your companion a debt of gratitude. That said, judging by the Maester's ill humor, he hardly seems taken with the idea of offering assistance. There's Albie's arm to consider. So, his feelings notwithstanding, he's promised to join you as far as the capital. A word of caution. Do not get your hopes up. All of this may come to naught. Our situation grows more dire every day. More drastic measures may need to be taken. This is most disturbing news. I assumed the Empire had its claws in our lands, but to think they had sunk so deep, meaning that someone on our side has allowed these Imperial agents to waltz right over our borders. Fantastic. At this rate, it would seem that even I myself will have to fall to my knees and supplicate Maester Felgreed. This conversation is not one I feel comfortable being overheard, and we cannot know who might be listening in. Oh, yes, of course. What is it? You needn't worry. Trust me when I say I want to rid our lands of this illness just as much as you do. Those herbs are to be delivered to the consortium, am I correct? My men will see they are kept safe. You have my word. And in return, I assume you will discover a more efficient means by which to save our countrymen? Though, Letty, I fear your arrival in the capital may not be well received. Your abrupt return after your equally sudden flight will likely raise eyebrows and wag tongues. To that end, perhaps it's best I accompany you. Yes, come to think of it, what you've uncovered is far too important to entrust to my men. What's more, my accompanying you will provide me the opportunity to answer Ray's question. I nearly forgot. Here, it is news from the capital. A woman by the name of Chloe Canaris, was it, has been found and is currently being held. And you will never guess who supplied us with this piece of intelligence. Chancellor Neon himself. At first, your friend was assumed to be a refugee from Baldar. Her curious garb and general confusion about the situation, however, well, it led our men to believe the worst. She was suspected of being a spy. Calm yourself. She will be released once we explain who she is. However, I will do the talking. The Chancellor may not listen to Albie or Letty. Please think nothing of it. This gesture is a trifle compared to what you've done for us. Now then, when do we depart? Right now it is. As soon as we've made our preparations, we will shove off. I am not sure how best to phrase this, but I would not put too much stock in neither Ray nor Elena. Keep in mind, they are not beholden to Osirius, yet you fail to fully grasp my meaning. I do not wish to deny the bonds you forged, but I ask that you think on how others might view your sole reliance on outside help in this, our time of need. Our relations with the Empire are on thin ice as it is. They have no connection to Osirius or Vale, yet you would draw them into a potential conflict? I do not wish for harm to befall Ray or his friends. Not after all the aid they have given you and Albie. Letty, I can assist you in seeing Maester Midas to Ascendros. That alone should lead them to take you more seriously. Pray give it some thought. In the meantime, let us see to the release of Mistress Chloe. For shame, Albie! Are you still in the habit of referring to Letty as Highness while in public? Well, well. Leave it to the daughter of Maester de Forge to have actually found a cure for Helgar's disease. Oh, forgive me. I seem to have spoken out of turn. You have the right of it. I apologize. Then I suppose I must take it upon myself to restore order to the world, so that you might best distribute the cure. Leave that much to me. Elena, if my comments on such matters were perchance overheard by others, it would be taken as public record. The situation is delicate. The Empire is going to great lengths to exert pressure on Osirius. Even now, they encroach by land and sea. Do you truly think a knight commander of royal blood such as I would deign to suggest the royal city be in any danger? You've nothing to apologize for or worry about. I don't intend on allowing harm to come to any friend of Letty's, and a caring ally too, 'twould seem. Take good care of her. Let us make haste to the royal palace. We should not keep Chancellor Neon waiting. Calm yourself, Neon. We have brought Leticia back safely. And what's more, this recklessness on her part was not in vain. Breaking our current formation just for Maester Midas would serve as nothing more than an invitation for the Empire to commence their attack. Letty, tell me something. What exactly is it you intend to ask of Midas in the first place? If you are considering playing at the idea of forming a band of semiomancers, I am in vehement opposition. I will not have free rein under my father's orders. Ray, Helena, I cannot guarantee your safety. A harsh criticism. Just so. Currently, a permit is required for all who would enter Baldar. Come, grant her passage, Neon. Who knows what she may do if you choose not to. Apologies, everyone, but I will not be accompanying you to Baldar. After all, Kato still needs someone to defend it. Letty, if you sense any danger, turn back immediately. And that goes for Ray and the others as well. And Albie, please continue to watch over Letty for me. You sound as if you've given up already. I suppose you're my only hope then, Ray. Have I no one to count on? I was just as surprised as you, given how antagonistic Maester Midas has been all these years past. Allow me to think on it a while. Surely time yet remains. I am glad to see you unharmed. Do not worry yourself. His Majesty is being treated by most capable hands as we speak. Bertrand also managed to return to us. The Imperial assault did not gain them much purchase. Yes, indeed. We must needs discuss the path forward. Pray join us in the council chamber, Letty. I must say, the cannons outfitted on those Imperial warships were assuredly unlike anything we have dealt with before. Well, well, fancy meeting you lot here. Come, we should depart at once. I only pray the Imperial forces are not too on edge following the battle at Baldar. I, for one, am not certain what the situation is like in Nilbeth. Make sure you are ready ere we depart. Be quick. The Empire is ever advancing. Right then, let's set sail. So, Ray, take care of Letty, would you? Well, even should you all desire to take your leave of Nilbeth, certain complications may impede my ability to stay near. The Imperial Navy may happen upon us, for instance. Ray, keep her safe.
Wait! Hold position!
You two are supposed to be in Nilbeth. I see. How then did you cross the ocean? Perhaps. Yes. We have received no word of any harm befalling His Majesty. Letty and Albie's safety was, and still is, my only concern. You know this. Men, continue the search. Sir Albert and I will see to Princess Leticia's safety. I am aware. Calm yourself. Her blood is on Ray's hands. If it was not for him, you two would surely still be twiddling your thumbs in Delric, oblivious to all. I myself was overjoyed when Letty insisted on venturing forth to find Maester Midas. I was completely certain this transition would come to pass with you both out of harm's way. I arranged many things for you, didn't I? And if only you had been, you all would have been spared such a fate by my hands. Now, tinders to the flame.
Letty!
If you yet live, there may still be hope for change. Damn you! Albie, what are you doing here? You haven't come to rescue her all alone, have you? You of all people should be bothered least by the fall of the royal family. Those three with the horns, they call themselves the Veer. As long as the Empire wields their power, the kingdom is doomed. My father was forced on this path because the Empire's strength is bolstered by their technology. You saw their otherworldly contraptions at Baldar, did you not? You know not what you speak of! Their strength is you. If only you never came, Letty would have been with Albi, safe and secure in Ada. Her life would have been spared. Are you asking me to betray you again? I'm no match for you, Albi. I do not believe news of my detainment has spread. If I accompany you, none will suspect a thing. I can guide you to the execution site. Or rather, Albi should be able to guide you. You must go and save Letty. I will work to free Bertrand and round up those knights who are not party to the coup. I am sorry. Neon used some strange bomb on her. She stopped drawing breath. I fear that... Come again? Truthfully? You do remember to where this lets out? That's as close as you can get to Letty and His Majesty. Bertrand and I shall lead a charge. Be ready and await our distraction. Afterwards, I will leave the rest to you. Now, leave Bertrand's liberation to me. You all should get to the execution site as swiftly as possible. The passage has fallen into further disrepair since our youth. Be careful in there. I shall see to freeing Bertrand from captivity. Stay your hand! Father, Chancellor Neon, I beseech you, leave the execution of His Majesty and Princess Leticia to me! Letty, I'm truly sorry for allowing things to go this far. I cannot ask for your forgiveness. At the very least, allow me to drop the final curtain with mine own hands. You bastards! I will not allow any of you to lay another finger on my little sister! What is this? Albi! Bertrand, please keep His Majesty safe. Come now, why the long face? Are we not traitors in arms? Greetings, Ray. Now what brings you here? Hitched. What? Letty accepted their proposal? I do. Should my sentence be execution at your hands, I accept my fate. But I swear on my life I shall never again betray Letty or any of our allies. Hey, come now. Do not trust me again so easily. It makes me nervous. I know you will. What is to be our move? We may perhaps blend in with the throng, but security is out in force. I hid myself away for entire nights in places like this as a youth. I see Neon is quite in shock to see my father in attendance. That dress. Letty, why have you returned? A friend of yours? I would rather prefer death than allowing such a thing come to pass. Why? What would possess you to protect me? I have yet to atone for my betrayal to you. Oh, nothing in particular. We were simply having a quiet chat since, for better or worse, all this will be over tomorrow. You and Letty are now more than up to the task. You two have become the bedrock of the kingdom. And I have no doubt you can overcome any obstacle. I don't suppose we can convince you to stay a while longer for the sake of Letty and the rest of us? Yes. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Hello there, Letty. Are you well? It's just... well, after all I've done, my heart is still uncertain. Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. Letty, I will never betray you again. And that's why, well, I was merely contemplating what comes after this war. I betrayed the kingdom to side with the Empire, and then betrayed the Empire as well. Regardless of which side emerges victorious, I have no place in either. Perhaps it's a fitting outcome for one as unmoored as I. I was even thinking that I might be better off dead. Foolish, huh? I know. And that's why I quickly cast aside the idea. It is just too irresponsible. I realize that I'm being allowed to make amends by working with you all, slowly and surely. But, well, Letty, once we defeat the Empire, please execute my father and I immediately. This is a serious matter. You must understand. A nation that does not punish those who threaten its ruler and his heir will soon crumble. So please, do this for me. Neon, what is it that has pushed you this far? Do not think of staying away too long. I dislike leaving my debts unpaid. You refer, of course, to Valange, Gaston, and the Emperor, yes? I assume you have a thought as to where they may have fled? So this is what it's like inside. Wait, wasn't that the one Ray and the others were aboard? I'll leave it to you to report to my uncle. I have another stop I would like to make. Everything is so new to the eye that I'm as nervous as my first day on a boat at sea. More so, in fact. What a monstrous situation. Well, I have to start repaying my debts sometime. I had it in my head that you were more ingenious than having to rely on such magics. You think I want to know what it's like to be like that? I will remain small and still capable of protecting my friends. My thoughts were of Bulldor. I keep wondering if I might have done more. Somehow convinced him down a path which, in the end, might have saved him. In truth, I am plagued by regret. What I seek, and that which I bring about, never seem to coincide. And yet, then I look at men such as Bennett and Remington. These men are capable of sailing through the stars themselves, yet still they are susceptible of falling astray at the slightest mishap. There seems to be no world in which we are guaranteed to accomplish that which we set out to. Perhaps so. That means we must push through and live on, so that one day we can stand tall and proud. Given the urgency of the situation, and the necessity for every last helping hand, I've been effectively pardoned. Likewise, my father and Canis were released to offer their services. Ray, look after Letty and Albie in my stead. Waste not a second thought on us. We shall hold our own here, so that you may focus on the fight at hand. By my word, no matter how oft we do this, I shall never grow accustomed to this transference wizardry. I wish to be free from this vertigo for some time. I see. It is visually taxing, to say the least. Oh, and we are but to suffer. I find trouble understanding how you could be brought to this. To be honest, I never thought you to be a wicked man. A traitor I am, and forever might I be. Much like yourself. I merely felt that I might be the only one capable of truly understanding your situation. Alas, I was mistaken. You speak only to convince yourself! So long as you live and breathe, it is never too late to turn back. Never too late to start over. Open your eyes. See those who still await your return. Think of your words on their ears. As I see it, you are no longer the Bulldor I once knew. Many times since my youth, I have offered up my prayers. Yet though I called to God for help, it was never but by the hands of man that I was saved. If a true God were to be born here today, mankind would surely lose their essence. So you will understand why I must stop you. My past is writ by both my mistakes and atonement. It makes me the man I am today, and can never be taken away! But then, what would that mean for us? You spoke of some preservation pact? Does it forbid us from seeing one another again? Well, that's great. I think we can all live with that. Letty? You certainly are full of surprises. Do you read minds now, too? You will hear them, then? Of course I was left unsettled. Me, Commander-in-Chief of the Trinational Naval Exercises. In what inconceivable world is this possible? Unthinkable. How could I not? Yes. Am I cut out for such? I see. I understand. I suspect now I may be the one unable to bear it. No, I simply mean your royal position seems to foster a capacity of which I lack. But perhaps, at the very least, I might find in myself the confidence to serve the throne and its future queen. Now then, if I might, the weight of the assignment still exhausts me. Might I slumber here? Here for a visit? No explanation is needed. A better question would be why you allowed a key perpetrator in the coup d'etat to remain outside these bars until the end of the war. With what has become of Bulldor? Letty, I understand your plight, but ask you to leave nonetheless. I am of no use to you now. You too. You seem to suggest it was only Letty and the king my father and I betrayed. Our actions caused sedition among the ranks, ending the lives of many a soldier by our command. Osirian brothers in arms spilled one another's blood. Freeing me from this cell will only act as salt in the wounds of this kingdom, which has only now begun to heal. Know that in any other circumstance I would not hesitate to fight at your side in such unprecedented times as these. But as it stands, my presence would not serve either of you, nor Ray and the rest. Please, forgive me this. Stubborn, aren't you? I gave you my answer, did I not? No matter how many orders. What? Come, Letty, you can't be serious. This surely is no time for such jest. Letty, I see. Yes. Yes. Well, in that case, I suppose no honorable, decent man could see such trust wasted. Very well, then. On my very life, I swear my allegiance to my nation and you, Princess Leticia Osirius, at your lead. I am ever in your service, Letty. Letty, may we visit the throne room so I might thank my Lord Uncle, the King? Lord Uncle, Your Majesty, I offer my deepest gratitude. By my very life I promise to serve and protect Princess Leticia. My lord, I shall return with naught but good news. Never have my ears known such torment. Is this some kind of oral attack? Why would one seek music underground? Branches! Watch where you swing those arms! The very sound of pain itself. I told you to stop swinging those arms! This barrel. What magnificent coloration it has! Barrel of barrels comes barreling down, a barrel of barrels comes barreling down, a barrel of barrels comes barreling down, a barrel of barrels comes barreling down. You intend to break it to see what's inside, don't you? Well, I will not allow it! Is that you, Ray? Is that you, Letty? Was I under some spell? I'll admit, odd though it may sound, I felt as if I were some faint-hearted boy fused with dragons. You journey higher? Allow me to join you. Lead on. Nonsense. I am ready for whatever might... Forgive me of being no use. You press on, then. A land route from Kato to Rythel is news to me. We'd best station more men here or risk spies coming and going as they please. This may well be my final battle. I will see my skills are not wasted. You are stronger than I gave you credit for, Letty. Standing here now eager and entirely undeterred. I only wish it were not because of myself and this kingdom that you were forced to be this way. I refuse to allow things to end this way. I will see them captured. I have been to the Tyrannus myself once before. We should come upon it by heading through the Empire's easternmost territory. In all honesty, it relieves me to have you back with us. Letty is in need of you. My hands yet tremble as never before. The monsters we normally face hardly compared to our terrible foes aboard the Tyrannus. No, don't mind me. You have preparations to see to for your journey above. I stand ready at your side for as long as you are in need of my service. I have no right to walk these streets a free man. To stand here now, free from shackles, is more than I deserve. Never mind worrying over spies. The biggest issue we face is having no clear way to tell the Centralists from anyone else. We stood unable to reconcile conflicts between two nations. Yes, out here our enemies wage war on entire planets. These Centralists are wicked indeed. Peace can be achieved through unity of understanding. That much you have proven. We have no need for this literal unification of minds they call for. Our journey will know no end until Boldor meets his. We do this for our kingdom, our world, and its people, Letty. Despite her stalwart appearance, Letty is the princess of this kingdom. Keep her out of harm's way, will you? Remember what I said. I'm just worried about you, Letty, that's all. I truly appreciate what you did up on Mount Corinth. Do not worry. We will be keeping a close eye on that facility. It may take more than words to get through to Neon. I will step in. So take the opportunity to get your point across. The situation at Baldar stands ready to boil over at any moment. Be sure to mind yourself. My apologies for dragging you into such a meeting. You must be exhausted after all that. I wish you would stay and rest in the royal palace. Ray, you have done us all a great service in protecting Letty and our king, and righting our many wrongs. Letty, are you sure you should be here, and not with your father? To have the consequences of my actions postponed to such a degree. The only way I might serve to make this right is to stand as Letty's shield until the scores are settled. Until the score is settled with the Empire, I shall stand as your shield. Once all is said and done, I stand ready to face the consequences of my actions. Whatever use I can be to you, Letty, simply say so. To think I would stand here now to fight for the kingdom. If only I had put my trust in everyone here from the start. I must be made an example of, or else we risk setting a dangerous precedent for the kingdom. I leave Letty in your hands. Death will not come for me until I pay for what I have done. Worry only about what lies ahead, Letty. I will keep you covered from behind. I understand your plight, but ask you to leave nonetheless. I am of no use to you now. Well, look who it is. How have you been? Me? Ah, well, you can probably see for yourself. Word has it His Majesty seeks pardons for us. But I hope he chooses to reconsider. It must be by some miracle that we now find ourselves at peace with the Empire, which we had sworn to destroy. The fight for this nation, nay, this very world, must be how I am meant to atone for my wrongdoings. You worry over the people, I'm sure, but we stand the only ones able to put an end to this. Let us bring the fight to Baldor himself. I take no pride in my mistakes and aim not to repeat them. But there is much I might do now with the lessons they have taught me. She calls for the safety of Valange and Gaston, does she? Is that a promise you are both willing and able to make, Letty? Never thought I'd actually sail the Star Ocean. I get the feeling that my experience as a knight of the sea won't be of much use here. So we're headed into what I guess could be called a naval battle. A naval battle amidst the stars. I can scarcely imagine what sights I'll see. Remember, I'm a former sea knight, Captain. It'll take more than some light shaking to make me sick. Oh, damn, if we had gone straight to the Empire, you may very well have ended up as one of the Scorpium, Letty. This will be the first city we visited since sailing amongst the stars. But is city truly the proper term for this kind of place? Turning a city inhabited by innocent people into a battlefield is rotten to the core. Those fiends have no concern for the lives of those they trample upon. I'm glad Curtis and his crew are safe, though he does have the look of a man who's been to hell and back. So this is Raymond's home, huh? Let's say we have him show us around once everything is safe. I am by no means trying to affirm my mistakes, but I am happy to have found some salvation in all of this. What the hell sort of happiness comes from attacking innocent people? Baldor only has his own interests at heart. Baldor is truly convinced that this is the only way to save everyone. I say we teach him that he is in error. Baldor is dead. All that remains is my service to you and the kingdom, though it will be a bit sad parting ways with Ray and his friends. Wow. Is that truly the sky? That integration plant is even larger than the royal palace. They will not be capturing it any time soon. I tend to wonder, what would happen if some of their leaders vanished? Some of these underlings may be doing this against their will.
We're off, Duma! Whoa! Charge! Now! With style! Surrender!